I nearly lost the business in January. Good morning, my friends. Hope you're well. I was thinking today, I was watching a vlog from a guy from Texas who I've been following for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. And I've been thinking about vlogging as a whole. And a person who vlogged 2018, 2019, 2020, you know, I've always had a form of vlogging. But the main objective is to show you what I'm working on. That's why it'd be weekly. But also, like, there's been a load of stuff personally that I've been working on or been looking at as the business and stuff I would love to share. You know, something I've realised, I'm filming this late February and I nearly lost the business in January. And it's simply to do with the fact I bought too much kit. I didn't keep my overheads low enough. I didn't keep enough cash. And that's the kind of learning, and I'm over the last couple of months, and one of the reasons why I want this vlog to come back is that I'm doing a lot of things right now to build the fundamental positioning of the business, to change how reliant I am on clients, you know, as a whole, but also I would say probably creating a more resilient business, I would hope, as a whole. But I think for me, like, the last couple of months I've had some really strong lessons I've needed to learn. Fitness has slipped a little bit, which I'm annoyed about. I'm gonna remedy this week at the time of filming. And you know, I've also got a load of stuff that's just sort of hanging around. So, like, for example, as you will have known if you follow the channel for a while, in September I got my DJI Mini 5 Pro, great piece of kit. Started really leaning into drone stuff a lot more, and you know, within probably a month, if that, or a couple of weeks, I got my A2 training course. Got that done, officially an A2 qualified pilot now. For those who don't know, it basically just means I've taken a further bit of training and I'm now certified to fly up to 25 kilogram drones in urban areas under the A2 airspace, and it gives me more professional credibility, of course, as well. So for me, I think that's going to help position us. I mean, I don't think it will like from a actual tangible what I can do drone flight wise, it won't actually change much yet, until I get, say, the Air Series, which you don't even need an A2 for, but it's better to fly with an A2, at least to have the learning, and then obviously then potentially a Mavic 4 Pro. I've been very fortunate to work in the quote-unquote arts and work in what I would describe as an artistic field, or in the filmmaking world, or etc. in for 6 years full time, right? And one of the reasons why I went self-employed, one of the reasons why I went out of my way to kind of try to work for myself, was to give me that freedom, but also to allow me to be less reliant on other people for my income and my future. And I think the things I've learned, especially across January, is if you over leverage and you buy too much kit, like I potentially did, or I did, there's no potential involved, you know, I nearly lost the business in January. Was very fortunate to be able to make it through and be able to, you know, I have debt now, but I've got a plan to fix it, and there's some things hanging around like driving and such that we'll get finished hopefully shortly, you know, within a matter of weeks. But for me, you know, I think the goal for me at the moment is to develop my revenue streams so that I can not only have more revenue as a whole, but also reduce that weakness when it comes to customer acquisition. So like I was selling some larger projects and they were very overbearing in those projects or retainers, but what it meant was potentially if that customer ceased to exist, ceased to work with us, etc., that income ceased to be there, or etc., then, you know, for me, you're kind of up the creek without a paddle, so to speak, right? And I think for me, the solution is understanding that you shouldn't have more than about 30 to 20% worth of customers per revenue, right? So I'm actually tweaking the model slightly to mean, again, it depends on scope, depends on what we're doing, but like I can bring my day rate down slightly. And what I'm aiming for is maybe a few more clients per week, like a bit more volume in respect to what we're doing and how we're doing it, rather than small volume, high profit. And that's something which I think, along with some of the other changes I'm doing, so I'm investing time and energy into stock. I'll let you know as I create more and, you know, I put more up and see how that goes, where that goes in regards to income. But for me, I think you need to appreciate, you need to understand that you can be vulnerable as a business, and it's actually down to you, regardless of whether it was something outside of your fault. It is down to you. And for me, that's why I'm aiming for, you know, around 30% or so per invoice amount per month in that respect. So maybe, as I say, maybe the actual invoice is lower, but each of those customers or each of those clients will be spread, so the risk will be spread a bit more. And also, something's also non-negotiable for me is to get out and film for myself more, even when things are busy. So, you know, I want this vlog to specifically be, and I'm kind of in two minds. This might end up being like some cut up clips of each bit and each point that I'm making, and or a weekly vlog. But I wanted to start it just by sort of explaining where I've been, explaining some of the updates, explaining some of the stuff that's been going on, and then explaining what's to come, right? So for me, you need to be careful with how much your customer percentage is per your actual monthly income. Something you need to do in business as a whole is consistent marketing, consistent follow-ups, and then have aggressive patience when you actually ask for something, right? I think that's the key for me, and that's something I'm looking to do more this year. So quick update on like what's actually happened. I've had a couple of shoots over the last month, which has been really great and very grateful for. I'm in negotiation with a retainer that I'll hopefully hear in a couple of weeks as well. Also got a couple of documentaries coming up as well. And also had my first drone crash. So that's fun. Apparently DJI Mini 5 Pros plus wire doesn't equal in a good day. So that's something to consider if you are flying. I've added into my checks whenever I fly that I look up. So yeah, hopefully from next week we've got a very short shoot for local press when it comes to which came from also the pancake race which we did last week as well. So these vlogs will probably be a week behind by the time they're released for you to see in that respect as well. I might cut this one quicker, but initially I would love to hear what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think vlogs should come back? How do you think I should do them weekly, etc, etc? I have a non-negotiable at the moment, which is 1 day of wildlife filming. I went down to do the Peregrine Falcon project, or start the Peregrine Falcon project again, not start but continue it through February. So I'll be probably explaining a bit more on that as a whole. And yeah, so what I want the vlogs to be, to circle back to where we were at the beginning, is I want them to basically document the real lessons, the stuff I'm doing, even on slower days, slower weeks, slower months, You know, I want to show the highs, I want to show when we're doing a £6,000 project across the UK, but I also want to show the fact that maybe there's a month where there's barely any work. That changes. Also, very quickly, if you have made it to this video and you care about drones, there's been an update list from a CAA's point of view to talk about the fact that there was talk in the new legislation for 2026 that we as drone pilots needed to have a flashing strobe on something like the DJI Mini 5 and 4 and 3 and so on to be compliant when flying at night. The issue was it would then invalidate the C rating on the DJI 5. So the actual back and forward, hence we haven't really done a video on it and I've been a bit busy fixing the business as well, is that the lights, even though they turn off during video, will still be compliant, but you need to keep the drone within VLOS, of course, as well. So that's kind of everything I wanted to discuss today. Apologies, it's a bit all over the place, but I think some weeks will just be kind of out and around talking about what I've done, showing some B-roll where I can, and then yeah, we'll see. I will probably pick up this vlog again next week now at the time of filming, which is the first week of March, and because we've got two shoot days, one for wildlife filming and then the other for localized press, which I'm not sure how much I'll be able to share, but I'll make sure I share it when the article's out in that respect. So I don't know how much behind the scenes footage is, but I'll definitely talk about it when I can. So yeah, and it's also a way for me to be consistent a little bit more on the YouTube channel. If you have any questions about anything I talked about, I'll be doing some more videos talking about Client Fit a bit more, talking about how I'm future-proofing my business, and how I've added a bit more financial rules involved as well, and of course talking about some of the other stuff. So for the wildlife stuff in Pacific and the more edits, I'll be moving them over most likely to Brunton Nature, which I'll link in the description down below if you're interested. And yeah, this will be for filmmaking, this will be for vlogs, this will be for production stuff, showing corporate work, showing advertising, showing what I'm up to, showing the wildlife filming, showing my progress there. The actual films themselves will be on Brunton Nature, and I might extract the behind the scenes stuff for Brunton Nature as well, for algorithm clarity, which is what YouTube wants specifically. I've got a driving lesson in a couple of hours, so I'm going to go home, prepare for that, and yeah, see how this vlog cuts together. But yeah, hope you're well, hope you're having a good day. If you did enjoy this video, YouTube believes you'll enjoy this one, and yeah, make sure to be subscribed, and I'll see you soon. Take care.